Your car battery is draining too quickly, and you may not even realize it. Most people assume their battery will last 4 or 5 years, but many actually die after 3 years, not because they were faulty, but due to simple errors. A weak battery is not only frustrating, it affects everything in your vehicle, from the engine to the electronics, and when it finally dies, you may find yourself stranded at the worst time. But here's the best part. By doing a few simple things, your car battery will last twice as long, saving you money and preventing costly breakdowns. A car battery's lifespan is based on several factors, including the weather, how you drive, and how well you maintain it. No battery lasts indefinitely, but most die prematurely of neglect. Extremely hot or extremely cold weather causes them to wear out faster. Short trips do not allow the battery to recharge fully, and corrosion gradually rots the terminals, causing them to work less efficiently. Every time you replace a battery too soon, you're spending money that could have been saved by following a few simple maintenance steps. One big reason batteries die early is disuse. A car battery works differently from a phone battery that slowly drains over time. It is set up to give a small amount of power to start the car, and then the alternator charges it while you drive. When a car sits for days or weeks, the battery slowly drains, and if this happens often, crystals start forming inside the battery, making it harder to hold a charge. Over time, this weakens the battery, making it unreliable. To avoid this, a car needs to be driven at least every week and run for 15 to 20 minutes. A longer drive is better because it gives the alternator enough time to completely recharge the battery. If a car will not be driven for an extended time, a battery maintainer needs to be used to keep it charged without overcharging it. Another common cause of premature battery death is corrosion. Over time, the battery terminals develop a white, powdery coating that makes it harder for the battery to send power. If the battery terminals are loose, the problem gets worse because the power flow becomes unstable, forcing the battery to work harder than necessary. Cleaning the terminals with a wire brush regularly and using a protective spray keeps corrosion from forming and maintains a good connection. Battery terminals also need to be checked to make sure they are tight, as even a slightly loose terminal can cause charging problems. Many vehicle owners don't realize that their car battery might not be the best one for long-term use. Automakers install smaller, lower-capacity batteries to save money when manufacturing vehicles, which shortens the battery life. The battery's power rating, known as cold cranking amps (CCA), is especially important in cold areas, where more power is needed to start the engine. Swapping out a battery for one with a higher CCA, like changing a 500 CCA battery for a 700 CCA battery, improves performance and helps the battery last longer. Choosing the right battery isn't just about size. AGM batteries, which are more durable than standard lead-acid batteries, last longer, resist vibrations, and handle being drained and recharged better. If the vehicle comes equipped with an AGM battery, replacing it with another AGM battery is the best choice for maintaining good function. Short trips are another main cause of battery failure. It takes a lot of power to start a car, but if the engine only operates for a short while before shutting off, the alternator never has time to replenish what is lost. Gradually, this drains the battery and shortens its lifespan. If frequent short trips are necessary, making a few errands one extended trip reduces the problem. For those who take many short trips, using a battery maintainer when parked can help keep the battery charged. Temperature is critical to battery life. Heat causes battery fluid to evaporate quicker, and this can lead to internal damage. Conversely, extreme cold slows down chemical reactions, making the battery less capable of providing power. Parking in a garage or shaded area helps prevent the battery from overheating. Using a battery insulation wrap in cold weather will prevent the battery from freezing and losing its capabilities. Some newer cars come with built-in battery insulators, but installing an aftermarket wrap can add extra protection if yours doesn't. Another critical aspect of battery life is keeping the battery fluid at the right level. Standard lead-acid batteries require an electrolyte solution, which evaporates over time. If the fluid level becomes too low, the internal battery plates may be exposed, leading to significant damage. If your battery has removable caps, you can check the fluid level. If it's low, only add distilled water since tap water has minerals that can cause corrosion. Many newer batteries are sealed and don't require maintenance, but for those that can be maintained, checking the fluid on a regular basis is a vital part of keeping your battery in good shape. Leaving the car's lights, climate control, or infotainment system on after turning off the engine is a habit that drains the battery unnecessarily. Headlights, interior lights, climate control systems, and infotainment screens all drain power when the engine is off. Small drains over time can weaken the battery. To avoid this, always turn off electrical accessories before shutting off the engine. Some vehicles have an automatic shut-off, but double-checking to make sure everything is off before leaving the car is an easy way to extend battery life. A loose battery can also cause early failure. Even though it may not seem like a big deal, if the battery isn't secured properly, it can shift around while driving, damaging internal components and connections. This is especially a problem when driving on rough roads or off-road. The battery should always be firmly fastened in its tray with the correct mounting brackets, and it's a good idea to check occasionally to ensure it hasn't come loose. Checking your battery's voltage can help catch problems before the battery dies. A fully charged battery will read around 12.6 volts when the vehicle is off and between 13.7 and 14.7 volts when running. If it reads less than 12.2 volts, the battery is weak and must be recharged or replaced. Testing with a multimeter is easy, and most auto parts stores offer free battery tests. Suppose the voltage stays low even after charging. In that case, the problem might not be the battery. It could be a failing alternator or another issue with the charging system that needs attention. If a vehicle sits unused for long periods, using a smart charger is one of the best ways to keep the battery healthy. Unlike traditional trickle chargers, which can overcharge a battery if left on too long, smart chargers adjust the charging rate based on the battery's needs. This prevents overcharging and undercharging, both of which can shorten battery life. A smart charger is especially useful for seasonal vehicles, motorcycles, or antique cars that aren't driven often. One common mistake people make when replacing a battery is forgetting to reset the car's battery monitoring system. Most newer cars track battery age and adjust the charging process accordingly. If the system isn't reset when a new battery is installed, the car might continue charging as if the old battery were still in place, which can lead to overcharging and shorten battery life. Some cars require a scan tool to reset the system, but others let you do it yourself through the car's settings. Skipping this step could lead to costly repairs down the road. A dead car battery is more than inconvenient. It can end up costing you money in unnecessary replacements. Regular driving, proper cleaning, maintaining proper charge levels, and temperature checks are all vital to keeping your battery working longer. Making these simple changes alone can double your battery's lifespan, saving you money and preventing unexpected breakdowns. Proper maintenance allows a battery to remain dependable for years, starting the car when needed most. That's all for today, so buckle up and keep your battery in top shape. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out more car maintenance and car tip videos.